Hi, this is Deann. I'm Michelle with Think and Grow Real Estate. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I am back to discuss what an agent missed during your real estate process. So let's just jump right in. Now, typically, an agent should be able to answer all your questions, should be able to give you information on the neighborhood that you're looking into, taxes, any property that you're interested in. They should be able to give you any information about that property. And if time permits, they should have that readily available for you when you are at that property. Now, what happens is sometimes when you get to a property, you have called that morning, interested in a property, and by 12 noon, you're at that property, which didn't give that agent much time to prepare for that particular showing if she was or he was out with another client. And in this market, which is a seller's market, we find that all the time. So don't be too hard on your agent if they are not as prepared as they would like to be in a situation like that. However, if you're talking to your agent on Monday and on Friday you're meeting, they should have a lot of information on that property for you. And also they should be giving you something like this, which is called a consumer guide. This is something you need to understand and know about. This consumer guide is something you should be signing before you go into any property. This is not saying that that agent is working for you. This consumer guide just gives you information on what agency, what an agent, and how an agent can work for you. So when you sign this, this is just the state law saying that you have to sign this before you enter in a property. If your agent hasn't done this, it's because he or she doesn't want to offend you or make you feel like you're signing her or him on as an agent. But just trust and believe when you sign this, it's not committing to that agent or anything other than the fact that you are being shown information on what agency actually is. So please, 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 I'm gonna bring that up closer. Understand what that is. It's just a buyer agency form, and it's just information that has to be signed and be in your file prior to going out. So once you get this information, please know now you are ready to go and look at houses. And that is a state law that has to be done. Okay, so you should get a copy, and then the agent will keep a copy. On to any questions you may have. Please comment below and let me know. This was supposed to be up live at 11. We had some technical difficulties, so I apologize for that. I am at my office and been here having senior moments all afternoon on how to prepare and get this technical difficulty we've been having out of the way. How to get this system to work where we can just smoothly have a live communication. So that will be worked out by next week, please believe me. So please put your comments below as this video is going. I will get back to you. We do have people that have been subscribing. I really want to thank you for that. I am going to be having a conference in Austin, Texas. I look forward to you guys coming and actually participating. So I hope to see you there. People that are in Austin, please look forward to my event that's going to be held there, which is going to be called The Business. So this is not about buying or selling, it's about the business. So and becoming an agent and becoming a successful entrepreneur. So I look forward to that. Again, back to what an agent missed during your process. What I've heard is that agents don't get back to them in a timely manner. I've actually experienced some things myself where we have gone back and forth with times on a closing, and I missed the closing, and I have never missed a closing but once in my life, and that was the worst day of my life because it was someone very dear to me, and I'm still apologizing in my dreams for that. So in that respect, you need to follow up with your agent and let your agent know what he or she is not doing that you need to have done. I have experienced in my time where in my earlier transformation from agent to broker, where they wanted specific areas. And I would give them the specific areas, but I would also give them areas outside of the specific, only to compare the prices. When someone tells you they want a specific area, they want that specific area. But sometimes they do not realize that maybe your agent is giving you something extra so that you can compare. Maybe she or he sees something that might hurt you, and so they're giving you something to compare that to, so you can be sure that that's what you want to do. So keep that in mind as well. Things that people tend to forget, agents tend to forget, to tell their clients what to bring to closing. You need to make sure you have ID. You need to make sure that you follow the instructions of the title agency when they tell you to wire the money versus bring a check. So those things are very important, and sometimes an agent forgets to tell them that. Agents tend to forget to give them information on homeowners association fees. Homeowners association fees affect your payment, not your regular payment, but affect what you pay out every month as far as your budget. So that's something that you want to make sure is talked about. And sometimes agents tend to forget to give you a variety. A variety is always good. You know, new builds, existing homes, they tend to forget to do that. Also, agents forget to give you different styles of homes. You want to look at what is out there as far as style in your city, in your state. Agents also tend to forget to tell you about the area, the dynamics, the demographics, what is going on in that area. Can I have a cookout in that area without pissing somebody off? Can I walk? Can I run? Is this neighborhood fitness friendly? I mean, are the people driving crazy in this neighborhood? I mean, are they speeding in this neighborhood? Would my kids be safe? You know, these are things you need to sit down and talk about before you send a contract and actually think and look and drive that neighborhood. You need to, again, I say this in almost every video when I'm discussing homes, look beyond the walls. Look past the walls. Can you sell this property if you need to? If you live on the east side and a depressed area, how fast will it take you to sell that house? If you live on the east side in a higher end area, how long will it take you to sell that house? Sometimes you face the same struggle. So just pay attention to those things. Ask your agent to show you how fast the houses are moving in that area, and not just now, but 10 years prior to that, just so that you can see a history of how fast those homes sell out in that area. So in case you get in a situation where you might need to sell, you kind of know how fast or how long it will take you in a general sense to sell that property. Another thing that agents tend to forget is to talk about homeowners insurance, and how soon you need to have that, home inspections, and checklists as to how those things flow during the process. Whether or not you can have an attorney or not, or should have an attorney. Do you want to pay for an attorney and pay for an agent? Does that make sense to you? Does it? If it does, those are the things you need to talk about, and sometimes agents tend to forget to mention. You can have an attorney. An attorney is good to have because they explain the contract. The thing about having an attorney is that you're going to pay an agent and you're going to pay an attorney. So you need to look at your budget and make sure that's something that you can do. Home inspections, homeowners insurance is always good to have. So you want to make sure that you look at the cost prior to, and pay attention to all your expenses that you're going to have prior to buying a house or in that process. Agents tend to forget to let a buyer know that you may have earnest deposit, and what that is. Earnest deposit is something that a seller may require you to have to purchase that home. So when you put in a contract on a home, the seller may say, I want you to put $1,000 down so that I know you're serious about buying this house. So on top of everything else, you need to take this $1,000, put it in escrow, and let that person just hold it to assure them that you're going to buy it. Now, if for some reason you just say, I don't want this house, well, now they get that property unless you had a way out. For example, if you told them in your contract, if I do not get financed, or this sale is contingent upon me being financed, so then you would have a way out and you would get your money back. So if you don't get financed. But if you just say, I don't want this house for whatever reason, I just don't like it anymore, well, then they get to keep your $1,000 because they took their house off the market to sell to you, and you decided for no other reason other than you don't want it, that you don't want that house. So keep that in mind, and agents tend to forget to explain that up front, and then when it happens, the buyer is kind of like, what is that? You know, so explain, make sure that you talk to your agent about earnest deposit and what you are willing to put down, what you have set aside for an earnest deposit on any property, so that they know when they're negotiating what you will and will not do. Agents tend to forget to talk about what you will and will not do before looking at properties. They need to know, are you willing to put an earnest deposit down? How much money are you willing to do? Do you want to look at properties where you have to put down an earnest deposit? So just kind of like feel your agent, talk to them about what you expect of them before you go into a relationship with an agent. Let them know what you expect of them so they know to do it, because agents tend to work on autopilot, and unless you specifically let them know what you want, then they won't critique that to you until they get to know you, and then they will begin to critique their activities towards what you specify. So if you put it out there up front, then they know to hit that right now, right away. Thank you for tuning in to my channel. I hope this was helpful information. If it was, please like and subscribe, and also make sure you put some comments below so I know what to add to this video if you have some questions or information that you need from me. I am a broker of 20 years, an agent of 20 years, broker. Just recently changed. I've been in a broker position now for a year, but I have 20 years of experience, and plus that. I look forward to working with you and continued communication. So please just like, subscribe, and continue to watch my YouTube channel, Think and Grow Real Estate. I'll talk to you soon. Have a great afternoon.